That's interesting for two reasons. The first reason is pretty self-evident. With all the damage that Ishmael and then Esau would do, the good that the Jewish people and the children of Yaakov would do would be greater. And therefore the life of Yaakov justifies saving Avram Avinu, even if there's the Ishmael, even if there's an Esau. But there's another really interesting angle if you think about it, and Shlomo HaMelech in Mishlei captures it in a pasuk that the Medrash relates us to. Teres Kain Ibnei Banim is the crown of the fathers, is their grandchildren. The Teferes Banim Avosim, and it's the glory of the children is their fathers. But it doesn't just mean, like most of them version, if you look at the pasuk in Mishlei, explain that we carry our fathers with us and the traits they brought to this world and taught us. And it doesn't just mean that a grandfather and a father exult when they see nachas from their children. What it really means, and it's poignant if you think about it in the context of Avram Avinu, is that the story of Avram Avinu's life wasn't over until you saw what all of his descendants did. That's an amazing idea. That the life of a person is never fully captured or complete till every ramification of what he did during his lifetime is taken into account. And in the case of Avram Avinu, it spans 3,500 years. That's a long time. That's a long time. And when Avi, my son Avi, just was machnis, his son, into the bris of Avram Avinu, you touch Avram Avinu's life, just like you touch your fathers and your grandfathers and all of your descendants back to Avram Avinu. That's an amazing idea. You carry with you the ability, when you are mechanech a child and you bring him into the bris of Avram Avinu, you actually touch the life of Avram Avinu. What a kesher! What a kesher! And that's what justifies the existence of the Jewish people. Because the fight and the struggle we encounter today, make no mistake about it. I don't care what political stripe you're from. I don't care if you're a Republican, you're a Democrat. I don't care what you're liberal, whether you're liberal or conservative. You must appreciate the struggle between Ishmael today and Esau and the Jewish people centers around what we are here to do. That's really, and that's why we're all part of this fight. And the schus of the Rachanim entering the bris of Avram Avinu is another weapon in the arsenal of good that the Jewish people bring to this world. And that's what we struggle for. The schus for the father, for the grandparents, for Rachel's father, for Avi's father, for their grandparents, because this child carries that tradition, not just in theory, as Chazal say, Ben Kari Yevua. The child is the legs of the father because he now can carry on that tradition, and that's the father and the grandfather and great-grandfather back of him still walking. We should be zeicher to share simchos and to benefit from the schus that this Rachanimo, this young child, will now bring through the careful tutelage and chinuch that I'm confident Avi and Rachel will give him. Thank you for joining us.
I would now like the rabbi of the shul to share with us some thoughts. Thank you. You have the floor.
Mazel tov, everyone. It's so nice to see you all here to celebrate this wonderful simcha. What we're celebrating here today is not just the fact that a baby came into the world, and it's not just the fact that now today a baby came into the bris of Avram Avinu, which are two wonderful and tremendous things, but something more than that is what we celebrate this morning. The parsha that we're going to read this coming Shabbos, Vayetze, begins, Vayetze Yaakov mi Beersheva, Vayelech Harana. There's two verbs in that pasuk which describe Yaakov's journey, Vayetze and Vayelech. And the Beis Halevi very famously points out that these two verbs denote different types of action. Vayetze means a person had a reason to leave the place that they were in. Not necessarily that they had a destination or a purpose or a meaning to their journey, but they just needed to get out of where they were. But the word Vayelech means that the person had a destination. They had a reason to go to the place that they're headed to. And in the case of Yaakov Avinu, it was both. He had a reason to leave. His mother commanded him to leave their home because he was in danger of his brother Esau. And his father commanded him to go get a wife. He had a reason to leave and a reason to go. Vayetze and Vayela. However, when you think about a baby coming into the world, the way the Torah phrases the birth of a baby, it's phrased as Yitzia Mirecha Imo. He's leaving the womb of his mother. The way a baby is born, according to the Torah, is not necessarily that he has a purpose and a destination, but just that he needed to leave the womb of the mother. How long can a baby exist in the womb of the mother? It needs to get out. It needs to come into the world in order to survive. So it's quite possible that a baby could be born into the world, had reason to leave the mother, but had no purpose, no meaning, no destination to go to in life. By gathering at a bris milah 8 days after a baby's born, we come to do a mitzvah on the baby, to declare that this baby is not just vayetze, but the baby is vayelach as well. The baby has a destination and a meaning and a purpose, because the baby is going to, Emirtza Hashem, live a life of Torah and mitzvah. He has a purpose to the journey, not just a reason to leave, but a reason to head somewhere, something to aim for, to strive for, a reason for his journey through life. We hope when we bless the baby, Kashem Shenichnas Labris, Kein Yikanes LaTorah L'Chupah L'Masim Tovim, it's not just a nice thing to say, but it's declaring that as we set the baby on his journey today of Torah and mitzvahs to be a holech, not just a yotze, but a holech, but so too the rest of his life should be that way as well. And we hope that Aryeh Lev should grow up to really a life of Torah, Chupah, L'Masim Tovim, and a wonderful family that he's a part of, and wish you all a mazel tov.
Thank you very much. Mazel tov.
Stand.